Teaching kids to read before they learn to code. Coming up next on FamilyTech TV. Smith for FamilyTech TV at CES 2018, and we're talking about robotics and STEM and programming at this show. But the really important thing, I think, is teaching kids to read first. And if you remember phonics, you'll really like Square Panda. I'm with Andy Butler, CEO of Square Panda, and I just love seeing all these letters here.
That's what differentiates us from the market, is we are multi-sensory. And research shows that when a child combines tactile, feeling letters with auditory and then the visual experience, they just remember the lessons in a more pronounced way.
So this is a way to get kids to learn to read, and I know that schools are bringing out tablets and they're bringing out all of these digital programs with screens. You're going back to, like, I remember these from my refrigerator. We had them as magnets, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Why is that? Why are you going back to that?
That's because the multisensory experience is so powerful for children. It helps them remember the letters. When you actually combine visual with auditory and tactile, that creates the cognitive impression that we're after.
So what do you have here this year?
This year we've introduced lowercase letters, and we've also introduced other language. We are now multilingual. We cover French, Spanish, and also phonetic Chinese, what is known as pinyin.
And is the idea to get kids to learn other languages, or is this just to reach other speaking kids?
No, it's actually to teach multilingual platforms for parents who want their children to be exposed to other languages.
So why is this so important? Why is this foundation so important?
Well, you can't code, you can't do STEM, you can't do anything unless you take that first step, which is reading. That is the key to all content that is in education.
Do you feel like, I get the sense that parents are so, I remember it was, the kids got to be reading by kindergarten, right? You can't get out of kindergarten without reading. And now it seems like parents are using these programs and technology to try to get their kids to read at 3 years old.
Yeah. Well, the most important first step a child takes is actually phonetic decoding. In the past, we were under the impression that whole word learning was the right way to teach reading. We now know through neuroscience that is exactly the wrong way to teach your child. To learn to associate letters with sounds and then merge those together, blend those together to create a whole word is the most effective path to reading fluency.
So I noticed that you've got lowercase letters this year.
Absolutely. We've got all sorts of lowercase letters because once the child starts identifying the letters to sound correspondence, they have to learn the different patterns that those letters can be represented in.
And so I presume that kids, show me how this works. Kids make out words here and you see it on the screen, or the screen tells you?
Yeah, so the screen, if you take away a letter and you press the chameleon's belly, he eats the letters and then pronounces that word. And so even if the child spells a nonsense word, there's a valid phonetic decoding experience in that, and they get this feedback of what it is they actually created. So we're leveraging exploration as a valid curriculum methodology.
And are there different games and programs in here?
There's 10 free games that come with every set, so the parent can start off at any particular level that's appropriate for their child.
Does it scale with the child?
Scales automatically with the child. Every child has a personal database of all their experiences on it, and from that experience base, we actually level set to that child's capability.
Give me the age range for this.
So it's 2 through 7, which is the time period when 85% of a child's language skills are actually formed in their brain during that period of time.
Okay, where can parents go to get more information?
They can go to squarepanda.com, and we have all of our information up there.
Awesome. Andy Butler with Square Panda, thank you so much. I'm Andrea Smith for FamilyTech TV at CES 2018.